I got bacon here. We got breakfast.
Vegetarian, Dad.
Since when?
For a year and a half. It's ridiculous. Do you and Mom ever think about getting back together?
Mom's about to get married.
So? You have dibs. You married her first.
I did my book tour for the last song last fall when it came out, and I think it was 2.5 weeks, and then some time in Europe. Typical. Now here I am promoting the film.
Dear Ronnie, please know that none of what happened between your mother and me had anything to do with you. I hope this summer will give us a chance to reconnect.
Yeah!
Oh boy.
You live on the beach? That is awesome.
I've been very fortunate. I've loved every film. I mean, they were all successful. I thought they all retained the spirit of the characters.
Really?
I thought they all pretty much followed the story I had in the book. And people have tended to continue to watch them years and years later. I mean, that's great. I don't think that an author could ask for anything more.
You rehearsed that piece with her so many times.
Is she still not playing?
Not since the day you left.
How is she otherwise?
Well, let's see. Grades were in the toilet. It's a miracle she graduated from high school. And she doesn't have one friend without a pierced something. Thanks.
No.
She told you she got into Juilliard, right?
No. Without playing?
They said they've been watching her since she was 5. Not that it matters. She says she's not going.
No. She'll make the right decision.
I'm glad you're so sure.
I tend to approach it with a very open mind. I just ask that they like I said, they retain the spirit of the characters, they retain the spirit and the general flow, movement, plot points of the story, and then after that, I just ask them to make the best possible film that they can. And I've been very fortunate that they've all done that. So I'll go in and I'll watch a movie and go, oh wow, that's neat. Yeah, that kind of looks. Yeah, I can see that. All right. I mean, it's more fun for me. I certainly don't get upset, when you see the house they chose for Greg Kinnear and where he's living. I'm like, oh yeah, I think mine might have been a little smaller, but that'll work. That's good. I like that. It's fun.
Beautiful melody when the nights are long.
When did you become so mellow?
As soon as I got out of New York City. No one has made me feel like you do, Ronnie.
We make mistakes. We're not perfect, any of us.
I'd probably talk about this with a girlfriend if I had one here, but I don't.
Oh, do you want to talk?
Yeah.
Let's talk.
I knew it was going to be Miley, but I presented the story in the end. I said, okay, this is the novel that I'm going to write. This is the novel that I'm going to write. I did that with Disney, and then I did that with Miley. And I didn't really ask their opinion on any changes. I said, this is what I'm writing. Do you want to buy it? And they said yes, and then they had no story to adapt. I mean, I literally told them the story. They had no written pages, so I was the only one that could adapt it. So I wrote the screenplay first, and I knew Miley would be in it if it got made. But she was the only one. I didn't know it would be Greg Kinnear at that time, or Kelly Preston, or Bobby Coleman. It was just Miley, and I was just trying to make the best possible story that I could. Just the same thing I always do. Okay, let's make this good. I mean, I don't know whether Miley has this range as an actress, but this is what it's going to be. And then, she ended up doing a phenomenal job at it. There's a difference between writing and writing well, and writing something that's quickly forgotten, or writing something that's remembered for a long time. And so it's a lot more thinking than it is you're just inspired to write something. I mean, and I'll use the math because I think this illustrates the point. But if I write 2,000 words a day, which is what I do, it usually takes, let's say, 5 hours. That's 400 words an hour. I type 70 words a minute. So that means I spend 6 minutes out of every hour typing and 54 minutes leaning back, brooding on about the 6 minutes that I've actually worked. And at that rate, it takes 4 or 5 months. And it was the same with the last song, even though I'd already had the outline and knew the story and everything. It's very disappointing. I thought it would be easy. It wasn't.
Your sister just got kissed. It's all over her face.
No, it's not.
She got kissed. Hey, she was kissed. Take a good look.
No.
I was on set three different times, a few days each time. So I was there, let's say, 9 days out of the 42 or 44, however many it ended up filming.
Fun.
Yeah, it was good. My kids were thrilled, of course.
Yeah.
You know, they're big Miley fans, and so that was exciting. After they went and they met her and they were so excited, they came back and they said, "Dad, we think that you should write a movie about Selena because we want to meet her too."
Of course.
Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
Because we want to meet her too. I'm like, it doesn't work that way, sweetie.
This is your house. You live here? You're rich? Will, you told me that your dad owned a brake shop.
He does. He just happens to own 300 more just like
No, I'm not going here.
Yes, you
Not
are.
looking like this. What if somebody sees me?
Let go.
Nope.
Let go.
You like no. Why didn't you tell me?
What difference does it make? Huh?
Hello?
Mom, I thought you and Dad were going out.
We decided to come back early.
This is Ronnie.
Hi.
And I have had more than my fair share of blessings, you know. But I've had my fair share of tragedies too. You know, my mom was killed, my dad was killed, my little sister died of cancer. So, yeah, life goes up and down and up and down, and that's what it is. And I think you draw on all of those elements to make the kind of story that people will remember. I think that the goal of what I try to do in these stories is to really move the reader or the viewer, in the case of the screenplay, the film, through the entire range of human emotion. So you should feel happy, sad, you feel her anger, the envy, the jealousy, you feel everything. Sadness is, of course, part and parcel of life, you know? I mean, what did Orson Welles say? He said, you know, if you've got a happy ending, well, the story isn't done. You know, that's you know, that's just what it is. I just finished the story, I guess you'd say. And I think that's why people, they really tend to resonate with people, is because, you know, they weren't just spoon-fed a story. They actually lived a little mini life in the hour and 45 minutes. You went through every emotion that you're ever going to experience in life in this hour and 45 minutes. So the next time it comes on TV, you're like, okay, I can do that again. Why? Because it's life. It's what you're doing. And there are different stories of ways to do that. But that's pretty much, if you sum up, that's what I do. I certainly didn't invent this. This was what the Greek tragedies were about. This is Shakespeare and Romeo and Juliet and Jane Austen and Hemingway with A Farewell to Arms. So I didn't invent it. I just am the latest incarnation.
Sometimes you have to be apart from people you love. But that doesn't mean you love them any less. Sometimes it even makes you love them more.
Stop smiling like that. It's creeping me out.
My smile creepy?
Let's see it. Kinda.